Hey guys, thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. We're going to be doing just an update on where Nano is on these logarithmic regression lines. So I did post a video a few weeks ago about these log lines for Nano, and I did talk about how they were very dubious considering just how little data we have, since really we haven't even seen a full market cycle with Nano yet. So it's hard to draw the log lines and to know exactly where the bottom line might be, that it might eventually start riding up and then ultimately moving back up to higher regression lines in the future. So for Bitcoin, it works out really well to have these logarithmic regression bands, but for newer coins that haven't been around as long, it's hard to really know where these log lines will fall, or how many lines down will it fall. So you can see that mainly there's this line here that is held by support here, 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 and here, and here. So basically 5 or 6 different times where it held support on that line. And we were in there for a while, and then we came up to this yellow one, came back down, and then ultimately fell to the purple one. And we were riding the purple line for a while, and we had this nice move here, which for a lot of people was an incredible move. Where it went up to over $1 in a pretty short time period, which is crazy because if you think about that move and then look how small that move is compared to compared to this move, it really puts things into perspective at how crazy this move was over here. So naturally, in the last video, we did not have this green line down here, but we have fallen below the band, the lowest band that we had in the last video. So naturally, I've added another band. If we were to fall to the next band, it would be around 20, 30. So it'd probably be around. It looks like if it were to fall, say today, it's around 40 cents. So it'd be another decent loss from where we currently are. But I'm not going to say if it'll happen or not. Ultimately, if Bitcoin were to drop down to say 5K or something, or 4K, it's not that hard to imagine Nano going to 40 cents. As far as the cryptocurrency markets are concerned, if Bitcoin's going down, most everything else is as well, at least in the short term. So, keep that in perspective. Now, that doesn't mean that we have to go down straight to this line. We may come down to it, and it might step over for a while, and maybe by the time we get to it, it's around 50 cents. That doesn't mean we're ultimately going to hold support on this line, but it's just it's a possibility. And some of you guys are probably like, oh, what's the point of this? It's just random logarithmic regression lines, and it's somewhat true. I'm not going to say it's something that it isn't. Again, it's there's not a whole lot of data for Nano. This is more or less just a fun exercise. And in the future, if Nano does ultimately hold support on one of these lines and bounces back up and goes through another bull market, then in another iteration of these cycles, it'll become a little bit clearer on what the market cycle of Nano it really looks like. Because if you look at the past, if you look at a lot of different coins from past cycles, they'll start at say X, they'll go up to Y, and then they'll drop right back down to X. Sometimes lower than X, sometimes right at X. So it's happened before. In terms of that, Nano is actually still a decent bit above where it started out at. But a lot of coins do ultimately go back to where they started, or they already have. There's plenty of coins that already have. So that's something to consider, that there are many coins that have they went through this kind of hyper wave where they went from whatever price they were at up to 10 to 100x, and now they've just retraced back to where they currently where they originally were. Whereas Nano still is a decent bit above where it was originally. It's actually even more than an order of magnitude higher still, despite this long bear market. So you can imagine that if we don't directly fall down to this line, so this would basically be if we more or less just move sideways, maybe we move sideways until 2021 and then hit the line. maybe we just come down to it and come down to 20, maybe we come down to 40 or 50 cents and hit the line. There's really no telling what's going to happen, but some people, I did get pinged with a request to just kind of update this video and put in another line, just for some perspective. So I decided to do that just for you guys. So let me know if you guys like this content, and I will continue to make videos on Nano. Again, if you guys like this content, please subscribe to the channel. And if you would like to talk about it further, I'm pretty active in the Telegram chat that you can find in the description below, and less active in the Discord chat. But that is it for this video. Until next time, bye.